Okay, I got a close-up of your lines now. I can, for later review, we'll be able to see if it's right.
When I launch and I end up having to swing around backwards, you'll know.
Decatur, I assume.
Yeah, or Wilcox.
That's another thing, a lot of the guys.
What's that?
You're gonna film me as you're sitting.
More guys.
Breeze coming in right from the south. This is where I'll bid everybody else farewell and see you next weekend.
Nice. Cumbra. A little view of the instructor flying one-handed. And there's launch behind me. See it over my shoulder. And I am at, let's see, better put the autofocus on. 3330 sinking. Yep. Okay, now here's where you'll land if you don't make it out. Oh God, the Narrows. That is the Narrows. You see a lot of good places to land down there? Well, I don't either. So don't land there. Now there's Cathedral. That's a pretty nice place. I don't think you want to try and cross this big canyon unless you know for sure you're going to make it across.
Yeah, the line there, Chad.
And let's see, there's the Narrows. And then, so we're right over the Narrows. Then you look down and you see, down in that canyon, is a little place to land. View of West Pole. There's launch. Okay.
Slow and easy.
Another look at that landing field down there.
Where were you yesterday?
25
Been
something.
with a girlfriend for a bunch, did a little hiking and that sort of thing. Well, I thought, weren't you the inspiration and stuff behind this bike ride?
Okay, there's actually a pretty good road down there, so you can hike out that road. Okay, now let's see. I said there was a landing field over by that tank. That tank right there. And I don't see much of a landing field now.
You still in the air?
I guess right there maybe is what I was thinking of. That's not much. So there's Robbins. Right down there. And there is the Palace, where we've had some great parties. There's his house. And there's his barns. And there's his LZ. So right where that drill rig is, right there is probably the field I was thinking of. But that's on the top of a ridge. So if you cross these wires, you might have to land on that road kind of right down there, right in there could be the place. There's my shadow. See my shadow? Just shooting from the hip, so to speak. Shooting from the hip. Okay, so this road is all on Robbins. And it looks good, man. You know, it actually intersects with, I don't know, tunnel or something right over in that direction. And usually when I get over this ridge, I can find some lift. I guess I could shut the audio off on this Vario. But I'm not feeling much of anything. Sometimes there's a little bump right in here. Over by the wires. There's a little something. Yep, a little something. It's just a little something that we've got to work with here, and it's gone. That was the end of the little something. I think I'll head back because I don't want to miss the landing field. And there it is. We can see Dave and Jay packing their gliders up. Okay, now back to Robbins' landing field here. There's the windsock, and there's a little lift. A little bit of lift. That's Giordani's cabin, or it used to be anyway. One more quick shot of Robbins. And back across the hill. Smile! Well, that ought to be some great footage.
Yeah.
Robin was down there with his buddies shooting.
Yeah. Was that Robin down there?
I think it was. He responded to me. Probably was.
By what, pointing the gun at you?
Yeah.
Ken de Russy makes his living through flight. In fact, if he's not in the air, he's on the ground, teaching others his passion for being aloft.
The fascination with flight, I suppose, is first and foremost just simply to be able to, a feeling of fluid motion and and being disconnected from the earth and having an unobstructed view, it's not something that's so easily definable. It's like, why do you like anything, you know? It just feels incredible. It feels sensational to be able to fly.
De Russy knows the sense of suspension better than most. One of hang gliding's pioneers, he taught the sport 20 years. But that activity no longer serves his addiction for the air. Now De Russy is helping the fledgling sport of paragliding get off the ground. He calls it the purest form of personal flight.
I think paragliding is the easiest, simplest, safest, and most enjoyable aircraft to fly. There is no other aircraft that gives you an easier opportunity to fly than this. And I think it has to be as easy and as safe as aviation ever gets.
The sport is not without its dangers. Paragliding enthusiasts come from all over to train with De Russy. Even the most experienced pilot, though, constantly courts disaster. Still, De Russy finds irony in that what is perceived as confronting a fear is really an exercise in control.
It's like driving a car. You don't feel like a risk taker. You feel like a person that has dealt with all of the dangers of driving an automobile, and you feel comfortable with it, so you don't feel like a risk taker. I don't feel like a risk taker. I feel like a risk manager.
Well, it looked harmless enough, so I asked myself the question, what do you have to lose?